Good morning. Not sure what it's going to do out there. It looks a little cloudy. But this morning I was up really early in the early part of the sunrise, so kind of dawn. It was the most beautiful rose color. It was very, very pretty. Today we're going to play with Gerudasana. Garuda. In the Western yoga, we call that eagle pose. But there's mythology behind that. And as I understand it, Garuda is a mythical character in Hindu mythology. And it's kind of the body of a man, but the head and beak of a bird. He's a hero. He's a good guy. So Garuda. And when we come into Garuda, our legs are twisted, our arms are twisted. I'm not sure how that fits into the myth. I'll have to look into that because it's probably restriction or he was constrained or something. Sometimes the history behind some of these asanas, these poses, it's interesting. It's interesting to see where they came from. So meet me back on the mat. Come to a comfortable upright seat. I'm going to sit in Sukhasana. You choose a seat that's comfortable for you, remembering that it's very important to me to maintain an aligned upright spine. So don't struggle in the seat that you choose. Find one that works for you. Dandasana is one. Sukhasana, I just saw like hello. Thanks for joining me. Or a thumbs up, I guess. Or you can sit up on blocks. If you sit up on blocks or a cushion, then you can kind of scoop forward, let that pelvis tilt, and you'll have a little more space in the knees. You can also prop those knees up like this. Just find that way that you can sit in an upright seat without compromising the spine, especially the low back. The low back will start to feel the strain, and you won't be comfortable, and that's important. All right, let's sit here just for a moment or two and close the eyes and breathe. And as you're sitting here in the shape that you've chosen today, imagine that your body is a vessel for the breath. And that's a pretty common theme throughout the yoga world. The breath is what it's about. The body is a vessel for the breath. Feel the body breathe. Drawing in prana on the inhale. And blowing out the cobwebs on the exhale. An invigorating inhale, maybe even exaggerate. And then just let those cobwebs go. Whatever those cobwebs are, let them go. Clear them out. Clean house. Get ready for your week. Take about 3 more breaths here. Let's warm up a bit. As you inhale, reach. And as you exhale, arms come down. 2 more of those. Inhale, reach. Reach in both directions. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Let's take this into a simple seated twist to the right. Exhale brings you into the twist. Inhale reminds you to sit tall. Remember that spine. And then inhale, face forward. Exhale, we'll take a twist to the left. Just a nice, gentle, wake up the body kind of twist. 1 more of those each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And bring the arms down with the hands at heart center. If you are in Sukhasana with me, just to even things out, let's switch the cross of the leg. Let's take the right hand to the mat, swing the left arm up and over, and then play with this one a little bit. So we load up on the inhale and then fold a little deeper on the exhale. And fold. Now this time hold. Let the breath help wake up the ribs on the left. So big inhale. And then exhale, maybe a little deeper fold to the right. Maybe you look up under the arm while you're breathing. Look around at the world this Monday morning, or at least the world around you right now. Inhale, bend over to the left. So we'll launch up on the inhale, and the exhale maybe takes us a little deeper. 2 more. And then we'll hold, and it just amazes me how much the breath can take care of the body. So inhale into those right ribs. Big deep inhale, and then exhale all the way, let it go. Maybe this sense of folding, of collapsing a little further to the left. 2 more breaths. Maybe look under the arm, look around at your world. When I'm down here, I always see the parts of the coffee tables that I haven't dusted. And then inhale up. Bring the hands together at heart center. So let's work a little with Gerudasana in the arms. Inhale, open. And then exhale, we're going to swing the arms forward. We're going to take the right arm over the left. Now, nice and tight. Hook the elbows and then bend the elbows. And this is one version. You can bring just the backs of the hands together, or you can wrap around and grab the wrist. Don't force anything. Get a nice stretch in the upper back if you lift the fingertips and push the forearms forward. Now drop your shoulders. Breathe into that space. One more. And then unwind. Inhale, open. Second side, exhale. Left arm over right. And then hook those thumbs, so really tight, and bring the backs of the hands together. This is fine, or even if you're like this is fine. Find the edge of your stretch, and then wrap, if you can. If not, just find the edge. Then fingertips up, forearms forward, drop your shoulders down. So it's an active pushing down of the shoulders. Breathe in between the shoulder blades into the rhomboids. Feel those shoulder blades wrap towards the armpits. They're protracting right now. And then unwind. Let's take a little counter stretch in the front of the chest. So inhale, arms up, exhale. You bring the fingers together, and then I like to keep my elbows bent and draw them back like wings and push the knuckles down. Now we're going to stand in an upright seat and just pull, and you may be able to, I didn't turn the side camera on. Pull the fist away from the sacrum. And while you're doing that, I am going to turn the side camera on. Get a nice stretch in that up chest. There we go. And then release. And remember, it's normal to get a little tingly sensation in the arms because you kind of pinch the nerves in a gentle way that feed down into the arms and the hands. All right, let's come over the knees into tangle. Do a couple cat-cow. Just a couple. We really kind of warmed the spine. Let's take this into hip circles. And then go the other way. And tuck the toes, down dog. One more wiggle session here to warm the body up. What feels good to you? Let's take some steps to the top of the mat. When you arrive, let's arrive on an inhale. So since this is our first, let's take the hands above the knees. Push back as you reach out with the crown of the head. Lengthen through the spine. And soften the knees and fold. And swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Pause here in this shape. Again, we'll return to the breath. with that vision that the body is simply a vessel to contain the breath. And as I said, that's a pretty common theme in the yoga world. And many yoga teachers will say that different poses are just a way to change the vessel for the breath, just to give the breath some entertainment, filling that vessel in new and exciting ways. All right, inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lift halfway. On an exhale, step back with your right foot. So we're going to come into a kneeling lunge. And inhale, lift up, and then swing your arms back and up. And then hands home to the heart. Let's do 4 more of these. Back and up. And home to the heart. 3 more. One more for me. And bringing hands to heart center, we're going to open the arms out wide. So I have to think about this one. Right hand, bring them both forward. We're going to come into eagle arms here. So I want the right arm underneath. If you didn't put it that way, it's not a big deal. It gets a little wobbly for me. Now everything's towards the midline. My vision is blocked for my arms. So now bring your drishti, your gaze, to your forearms. Now lean forward, and this is a little challenge. Tuck the toes of that right foot. We're going to try to step forward in our eagle arms. You may have to hop. And once you get here, cross the right leg over the left. So you're balancing on the left leg. And I've said it a million times. I'm pretty good at mirroring, but when I start to twist, my brain says, you know what, that's just a hurdle that's too hard to get over. So, forgive me. Find your eagle, Garuda. And then on an inhale, let's just open out wide and come back down to mountain pose. Inhale up, reach, exhale, fold. Lifting halfway, maybe those hands are a little lower on the legs. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Coming into a kneeling lunge, rise up. We'll do 5, swoop those hands back and out. And to heart center. So even though this is kneeling, it's a lunge, and it can be a challenging balance pose, even in a kneeling shape. So if you're noticing you're really wobbling, heel toe the right foot out to the right a little bit, so we're more on railroad tracks. I've got 2 more. We're waking up the brain today. And hands to heart center. Inhale, open the arms wide. On an exhale, eagle arms with left arm under the right. Lean forward, tuck the toes on the left foot, press through the heel. And then stepping forward, balancing on the right, left knee on top of the right. If you can wrap that left foot around the right ankle, go ahead. If you can use your toe like I am, like a kickstand. And once you find your balance, then challenge it, maybe lift the toe. And breathe. Inhale, open wide, and exhale, forward. So I have a couple blocks today. We're going to work into triangle. And triangle is one that a block is always nice to have around. Blocks are always nice to have around, because even if I'm not suggesting a block, know your body, know your shapes, and just bring a block on board. If it's there, you use it, and if it's not used, it just lays there. So block's always good. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Now on this exhale, I want you to step back into a standing lunge. Again, we need to be on railroad tracks, and I gotta be careful because my mat's wanting to scoot. So right leg is back, and rise up. You're on the ball of that back foot. Swing those arms back and up. And right down the midline. Back and up. We'll do 5. See if you can bring the gaze up and down with the arms. Remember, you can always heel toe that left foot off to the left. I've got 2 more. And now on the 5th, we're going to fold forward and come to the belly. This is a Cobra, but my teacher, I took teacher training, one of my teachers will call this pterodactyl cobra. It's kind of a version of some sort of bird. I'm going to bring my arms wide and look at my elbows here, so I've got kind of a right angle on the fingertips. Tuck your chin. And it's Cobra, but we're on fingertips and the arms wide. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do 4 more of these. So we're coming to the fingertips. We're strengthening the muscles in the hand and the fingers to support the wrist when we're bearing weight. 3 more. With those arms out wide, we work different muscles in the shoulder complex. 2 more. And then meet me in down dog. Now swing your right leg back and up. Swing it up there. Step it forward. Drop that back heel. We're coming up in warrior 1. And rise up. Bring the hands to heart. Now swing your arms out and up. And find goddess, goalpost arms. So this is a variation of eagle. I want you to reach with those elbows and bring your forearms to touch. Now my hands are in prayer and they're not twisted. I'm gonna turn a little bit towards the inside of this right thigh. I'm gonna lean back and look up. And then round the spine. Kind of a humble warrior variation. Let's do 4 more. Inhale up. Try to keep those elbows touching. Exhale, fold. Keep the elbows touching. Mine keep wanting to pop apart. I've got 2 more. And then rise up. We're going to open into warrior 2. Externally rotate the back foot. And find your warrior 2. Hold. Reach. Straighten that front leg. We're going to reach with the right hand. This is when the block can be helpful. And bring the block to the outside of the right ankle. So tip. I always think if I'm a little teapot. And then bring right hand down, but just a light touch. Take that left hand, swoop it down towards the floor, and then open up. Look up towards the sky. Keep the neck long. And while you're here, pull the feet away from each other and feel how that helps lift the weight off of the right wrist. Breathe. Now turn and look at your foot. We're going to cartwheel those hands down to the mat, come to plank, and to the belly. And we're going to take that same arm position with pterodactyl cobra, lift up. Now we're going to twist. I'm going to twist and look over the right shoulder, but notice my left shoulder is coming with me. And then up. And then look over the right, look over the left, my right shoulder's coming. This hurts your fingers or your fingers start to fatigue, you can bring the wrists down. That's a little harder. You should probably turn your fingers out. Remember, bearing weight on the arms is a good way to build bone, but those wrists get kind of ouchy. So if we can build the muscles that can potentially support the wrists as we're bearing weight, we can bear more weight on the arms. Meet me in down dog. Meet me at the top of the mat. Let's come halfway up. Fold. Arms out to the side. Hands come together. Pause again, feeling the breath in this shape. Fill the body with breath. It's just an empty vessel. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Step back with the left foot. We're going to set up for warrior one. Now we're setting up for a lunge. We got to do our lunge first. So inhale, come up. Find your lunge and arms back and up. And forward and down. 4 more. And then folding forward, step back and down dog. And take the left leg back and up. Step forward. Now we're going to set up for warrior one. Internally rotate that heel. Rise up. Swing your arms overhead. Find goddess. Forearms come together, hands in prayer. Spread your fingers wide. And then it helps to kind of anchor your thumbs on your forehead. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Maybe you want to just touch your knee. Or maybe you can come into more of a humble warrior. And slide down. 3 more. I've got 1 more after this. And rising up, open into warrior two, Gerudasana 2. Reach. Feel the breath in this shape. Empty vessel. Change shape now. Keep the breath entertained. Getting ready for triangle. Straighten that front leg. A block to the outside of the ankle is a good thing. You can always bring your hand to your shin though, or fingertips to the mat, inside or outside of the ankle. I'm going to take the right arm down towards the mat. Big shoulder circle, reach up towards the sky. And it always helps to lean back in this one a little bit. Just square the shoulders. Stay long in your side body, especially the one that's folded. So this isn't about rounding as much as it is about folding over that hip crease. 3 more breaths. And then unwind. Come to the ball of the right foot and let's just step forward. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Hands to the mat. Let's step back in down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. Come up in warrior one. So hips are mostly square here. If we're in warrior two, we're opened out to this long side. Inhale the arms up. Come to goddess. And then maybe you wrap into your eagle. Or maybe you just bring the back of the hands together like we did the first time. Let's do 5. Inhale.
Round the spine when you come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more. Last one. Now fold forward. Let your fingertips either find blocks or the mat. I think I'll use the mat today. Come to the ball of the left foot. We're going to step it forward and come into standing splits. So wherever that is for you. And hold. Now soften the right knee just a bit and maybe come up into airplane. Maybe. And then come to balance on the right foot. We'll come into eagle again. Take the left leg over the right. Arms open wide. Take the right arm under the left. And again, backs of hands or wrap. Maybe you challenge your balance a little more this time by lifting the foot. And then unwind. And come to mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Lengthen the back, lift halfway. Exhale, step back in down dog. Swing the left leg back and up, really reach it. Step it forward. Warrior one. Eyes up. Goddess. To eagle. This time, left arm over right. Or the other way. This is left knee, so right arm over left, sorry. I'm telling you, when I twist, my butt's up. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. It doesn't matter a huge amount, but the leg that's on top should be the opposite in the arms. So the other arm is on top in your eagle. So we're forward in this instead of wrapped with the leg. Just twist up. And 2 more for me. Remember, on this 5th, we're going to bring fingertips to the mat, come to the ball of the right foot, work your way into standing splits. And try to lift up in an airplane. Warrior 3. On your way to eagle. So right leg's on top, left arm is on top. And hold. Challenge the balance. And then unwinding. Mountain pose. Bring the big toes together and keep the heels a little spaced. Samastitihi. We're going to come into chair pose. Swing your arms up. Hinge at the hips. Reach like you're reaching out there with your fingertips. Brush the fingers down by the mat. Inhale. Keep the hips down. Lift the torso. Roll those little fingers towards each other. And reach from the ribs. Reach. Send the hips one direction and reach through the torso up towards the fingertips. I'll take 3 more breaths here. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back in plank. Come to the belly. We'll do a few more pterodactyl cobras. Get those elbows up. Let's do 5. Inhale up. And exhale down. And even though it's tempting to really use those fingers to lift yourself, see if you can enlist the help of the back. Those back muscles to bring your spine in flexion. I've got one more. This time I'm going to hold. So lift up and then float the hands. And then you can really feel the back. Draw your navel back towards the spine. Reach through the crown of the head as you lift the heart forward. Lifting the chest a little higher. 3 more breaths here. And then let's find crocodile. Separate the legs, bend the knees, windshield wiper or circle. Release the back. And then just pause for a few breaths. I'm going to lift my chin so I don't breathe into the microphone. And find your way to table and then to a seat. So you can sit back over your ankles. We'll start in Dandasana, staff pose. And the right knee. And bring that foot next to the left thigh. And keep about the width of your hand space. So we're just keeping the legs hip distance apart. It's easy to get things really closer, but keep them hip distance apart. And then use the grip on your knee to come up on the sit bones like you want to stand on this foot. Now wrap your left arm around your right knee. Take that right arm up high and then behind you. You can come onto fingertips again. So tenting the finger or eagle talon, we call this. Or you can press the hand down into the mat to help you lengthen through the spine. But remember, bearing weight on the hands, that weight needs to be more focused to the base of the thumb. And breathe. And you'll feel the difference. It just feels less stable on the pinky finger edge of the hand, that side of the wrist. And that side gets touchy with weight bearing. And then unwind. Now we're going to take the right leg across the left, but bring that left foot a little past midline. So now I'm not coming straight out from the hip. And again, sit tall. Maybe this is what feels good in your body today. Or maybe we take that twist. Inhaling, reminding the spine to sit tall, stay aligned, and exhale, bringing you into a little deeper twist. Now unwind, we're going to take a nice open twist to the left. Just twist, just a nice easy twist. Now keep the legs like this. Take your hands behind you. Now I'm going to slide the left foot to the mat and open up the right knee. So I'm in a seated number 4, and I want to make sure there's enough mat behind me. So sit tall here, keep the foot flexed, push the knee away. Now take your hands behind your right thigh, and we're going to roll back. Roll back. Once you get here, just enjoy your supine number 4. Now let's take the knees into eagle. This could also be called cow face knee. So I'm just crossing the right ankle deeply over the left. You can reach out and grab your big toes. Kind of pull the hips closer. And bring your arms out in the shape of a T. Keep the knees crossed like this. We're going to take a twist with the knees to the left. Keeping the knees crossed. If that's too much, you can uncross and stack the knees. Take the gaze to the left. Maybe even reach up with the left arm. Now take the breath back to those ribs. Big inhale, stretches everything out. Now bring the arms back. Bring the legs back. Come into a number 4 again. Place the fingers behind the left thigh. Reach up through the heel, and we're gonna rock back up to a seated position. I like that. We'll come back to Dandasana, and let's go to the other side. Left foot, bend it, sit up tall. Always keep that right foot flexed though. We want to keep this leg active. Then we're going to take our twist. Decide what you want to do with that hand. You can tent the fingers. You can bring the hand down to the mat and breathe. Unwind. Right leg a little past the midline, left foot over, sit up tall. You can stay here, or you can take a twist. And unwind, we're going to take an open twist to the right, so just twist this way. Hands behind you, slide into that seated number 4. Play here a minute, a nice stretch. You just have a lot of control here. But check into those wrists. Are you pushing into the thumb part of the wrist and not the little finger part? The base of the index finger. Press into that. Now lace your fingers behind your right thigh and roll back. And play here in your supine number 4. And now cross the knees, so coming to eagle. And for some reason, I can wrap when I'm on my back. So if you can see the side camera, that's what a wrap looks like with your legs. I can't do it when I'm standing up. Now I'm going to twist my knees to the right. Take my gaze to the left, maybe even reaching up with that left arm. Breathe into the twist, breathe into the ribs, breathe space into the spine. Unwind, come back to your number 4, hands behind the right thigh, straighten the leg, rock up. Both legs long. Let's take Dandasana, sitting nice and tall, and then arms up and fold at the hips. You can bend your knees if you need to, Paschimottanasana. Breathe. And then rise up, bend the knees. Come into Baddha Konasana. And let's just take a nice, gentle forward fold. This is a shape that you may need to support your knees in with your blocks. Now come to the back. I'm going to switch my orientation to the camera. I think I'll go this way. And we'll do a couple bridge poses before we come into Sukhasana. Before we do bridge, let's walk feet left and right edges of the mat, and we'll windshield wiper. Release that low back. And then come back to center, heel toe the feet in front of the hips, and walk the heels nice and close to your bottom. Reach down there. Maybe you can touch your heel with your fingers, but at least head in that direction with the feet and the fingertips. And before we lift into bridge, I want you to lift shoulders one at a time. Tuck those shoulder blades way under there. Now push into the feet, push into the hands, push the knees away. Lifting up into bridge. Dandasana. So I think there's 3 words. I gotta look that one up. Keep reaching away with the knees, lift with the hips. Make sure the neck is long. So now when we're in this easier bridge, I want you to tuck your chin towards the chest as you lift your head, reach through the crown of your head, and then bring the head down. So now you made your neck a little longer in the back. Shorter in the front, longer in the back. And then exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time, but reach with the tailbone. Go real slow with this and you'll tap into it. So reach into with the tailbone so you get nice and long in the spine when you come down. And you'll land and the sacrum will be flat instead of that lumbar curve. Now lift again. And we're going to bring the arms underneath us, lace the fingers. Push those knuckles down. Really tuck your shoulders, it makes it easier. Now keep the shoulders just like they are, but bring the hands to the mat and come down onto the hands. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open wide. Now if this is too much on the arms, you can just release the arms. Breathe. Feet back to the mat, lift, untuck those arms. Bring the knees into the chest and curl up in a little ball here. And slowly release, do a few hip circles. And just before Shavasana, sometimes it's fun to take standing shapes and place them in a supine or laying down position. So cross left knee over right, so we're coming into those eagle legs. Cross right arm over left. Breathe. Unwind, switch. And settle into your shape for a little relaxation today. All rejuvenated for a week. What are you going to present to the world today? What version of you? The choice is yours. Set that intention now and return to it as often as you need to today. Lie here in this shape. Once again, imagine that your body is an empty vessel for the breath. And with every breath, feel the bones, the muscles, the organs just dissolve into an empty vessel. Fill that vessel with prana on your inhale. Draw that life force energy in. And blow out the cobwebs on the exhale. Start to move your fingers and start to move your toes. Let the movement just be wave-like, moving through the body. Just moving into different joints, different stretches, what feels good. Finding your way to your right side. Rest your arm on your head. Rest your head on your arm. It is Monday, right? Reach long with the top leg and push your hands down into the mat. Come back to a seated position. Back where we started. I have more flowers to plant today. I hope the rain holds out. It's been such a year of in and out with the flowers before you actually put them in the pots because our weather's been so cold. Looks like at least the temperatures are coming up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed Eagle today, playing with a little Gerudasana. So inhale, reach up there. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you so very much. I'll be here Wednesday at 12:15 for a tone and strength class, and again Friday morning 7 a.m. We begin and end the week together with our yoga practice. That's a nice way to begin and end a week. Have a good week.